Introduction. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt. Citizenship in a Republic. Popularly known as the man in the arena. My squad and I were given our assignment. We conducted a recon, and I straight up stalked to 10 feet from the enemy objective, moving first in a hunched walk, then crawling, and then pulling myself along on my elbows with my belly low to the ground. The ground was covered in small bushes and prickly shrubs, and the Georgia clay was both unforgiving and slick in the humid spring months. Low crawling through this slimy maze of undergrowth was no small feat, because I had a bunch of strings hanging off my body. Ranger school made you dummy cord every piece of gear to yourself, so you couldn't lose anything. That was a great supply policy, but it sucked to move through brush while all your mandated strings snag on every bush. The men pretending to be opposition forces, Op 4, had no idea I was lurking in the woods, just out of arm's reach. I was only discovered because our instructor, also known as a ranger instructor, RI, pointed me out to them. At that point, I had to fight in place rather than retreat. I couldn't escape because I was now knotted up with the local flora. We had a brief shootout using blanks, and I died. I thought I did amazing because I got so close to my targets. Then the RI reminded me that I was conducting reconnaissance, not hunting. My goal wasn't to neutralize the objective, but rather collect intel for higher headquarters to support follow-on missions and avoid getting compromised. After the RI reamed me for my failure to complete the mission, I thanked him. He didn't know how to react to the fact that I thanked him for his feedback, enjoyed the education, and felt invigorated by the experience. That wasn't the usual reaction he got. But honestly, I had learned a lot and enjoyed myself. I just felt honored to be able to be part of the school and in the field with these future leaders. I was covered in scrapes and bug bites. The skin was peeling off my feet, and I had never smelled worse in my entire life. And I was having a blast. This was where I was meant to be.